do not miss opportunities. Opportunities are around us. Opportunities might be behind the next corner. Sometimes opportunities shape over years. But one thing is sure, is that it's up to us to grab and make the best out of them. When do opportunities take shape? When do they create? Thinking about my own story, back when I was 5, I was at the seaside with my parents. I was having fun with a lot of kids, especially a kid from Germany, Lucas. Great time together, but we were missing something. I couldn't communicate with him because I didn't speak any German. Luckily, my father studied German at high school. He started to teach me few words and sentences in German, such as hello, hallo, how are you, wie geht's, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. In that moment, my subconscious realized how important was a small connection with other human beings to create meaningful relationships. That was a tool, and this is a tool, that I've been using to shape my future opportunities. Fast forward, when I was 20, I was attending the University of Bergamo in my hometown. 3 students from the same university, Mauro, Paolo, and Gianluca, approached me. They invited me to an event with a lot of international students. Needless to say, we became friends, and they made me join an international association whose goal is to create cultural exchange. All of a sudden, a quiet town like Bergamo became an international hub of friends and opportunities. And when in a small town like Bergamo, there are like 50 students from Spain who love party, who love delicious food, who love travel, just like you may get the chance to learn Spanish. Opportunities. What about those students from Brazil and Portugal who love to dance? Again, eating delicious food together and organize trips. Well, you may get the chance to learn Portuguese. Opportunities. Once I graduated, I thought I had everything in my hands to participate to a master in Denmark in tourism management. 55 credits, that's what you needed in business, statistics, and economics to be part of the program. I had 50. I was missing 5 credits in business. Basically nothing. So close. But enough to make my dream collapse. I had to cancel all my plans. Living in a beautiful country like Denmark, the apartment, my life as a student abroad, and eventually my career in tourism. I genuinely thought like I wouldn't fit in the tourism industry. Have I missed an opportunity? Maybe. Did I give it all to succeed? I guess. And you? Wasn't there a moment when you thought your plans were not going accordingly? On my side, I spent days, weeks, months, years thinking about what was wrong with me and that I had to give up on my dream, working in tourism and connecting cultures. Luckily, a friend of mine, Fabrizio, a life coach and career coach, called me one day. He asked me how I was doing and if I wanted to join a program in which I would understand what my mission in life was. Opportunities. I joined the program. It made me stop for a second and acknowledge my feelings especially accepting my feelings toward failure, and even think deeply about myself. And the answer was there. As clear as day. Working in tourism and connecting culture was and is my drive within. And I shouldn't have let a failure on my path to stop me from grabbing future opportunities. Another thing I understood from that moment is that connection and communication were and are the keys to not miss opportunities. Thanks to that, for some years, I started to travel to Europe, to America. I went to visit all the friends I made on my path, and I felt it was so easy. I felt like home. I was speaking Spanish, I was speaking Portuguese, English, and Italian. It was March 2017. I reached the town of Ushuaia in Argentina, the southernmost town in the world. There were plenty of things to do, but that day I decided to just relax. While I was checking this famous website for cheap flights, I came across a really strange return ticket. Rome to Tokyo. It was around 180 euros. Back then, 22,000 yen. So cheap. Before the moment, I didn't even think about Japan. Not even thinking about Asia whatsoever. But it took me 5 minutes to think about it, take the decision, go back to my hometown, and fly to Japan. Once I arrived in Japan, I didn't know anyone, I didn't know the language, I didn't know the culture. I had no clue about the country. I was supposed to stay 1 month and then go back home. But here is a result of opportunities. I met a lot of people while staying in hostels, couch surfing. We traveled together to Kyushu, Shikoku, and then to Honshu. I met a couple from America who was living in Okinawa, and I visited them there. I also hitchhiked for 500 kilometers from Matsushima in Ehime Prefecture to Awaji, where we're here right now. I ended up staying 3 months in Japan. During those 3 months, on Golden Week, I was at Yoyogi Park in Tokyo, and I was attending an interesting event. It was a picnic with a lot of people from all over the world. We were chatting a little bit in English, a little bit in Japanese. And a really interested and curious couple, Lindsay and Tobias, approached me. They were interested in what we were doing. It took me 1 second to basically invite them to the group. We became best friends, and they told me to send a CV to their company. Opportunities. I sent the CV, and after 3 months and 8 job interviews, I got hired, and that's how I ended up living 3 years in this beautiful island of Awaji and in Japan. So, this is how I took advantage of the opportunities and made the best out of them. And you? Are you taking advantage of your opportunities? And what are opportunities? As a global nomad, a big opportunity in life was to live in Japan for 3 years, learn a new language, learn a new culture, meet new people, and get to know the beautiful community of Kansai. For you people living in Awaji, in Kansai, in Japan, don't think too much about taking new decisions, joining new events or organizations. You might lose the best opportunities of your life. Come to Awaji and meet the young farmers who are growing food naturally. They also teach you how they're doing it. You can learn how to do your own food. There is a couple who's growing organic aizome, indigo. And with the plants, they're making the dye, and using traditional Japanese techniques, they're dyeing clothes. If you're into Japanese tradition, then go to Kyoto or Naraken, the prefectures, and go to breweries and learn how to make sake, nihonshu. There is an NPO in Kobe who's teaching kids, students, schools about sustainable agriculture, climate change, respect for nature. There are beautiful people, social assistants in Ikeda and Sakai, who are helping the local community to feel more empowered and feel accepted by the society. If you're more into international things, then go to Osaka. There are plenty of organizations with a lot of people from all over the world. You may make new friends and learn new languages: Chinese, Korean, Italian, German, English. Improve your Japanese as well. Kansai is a huge network of opportunities. Thanks to all these opportunities, I can now say I speak 6 languages. I travel to almost 50 countries in the world. I now live in Australia while working in tourism and connecting cultures. One sure thing is I'll keep grabbing my opportunities and make the best out of them. How about you? Thank you.